Now we want to use another formula to help us find the area of a circle. Again, I'm not going to show you today where that formula comes from. We could actually do that, but it would take right much time. And what we're interested in is just being able to use the formula. The formula for the area of a circle is area equals to pi r squared, which means your area is equal to pi multiplied by that radius squared. That's what you're doing when you're finding the area. That's the area formula. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use for our pi again 3.14. That's what pi is about equal to. Or you can use the fraction 3 1/7. But we're working with the decimal, so we'll stick to the decimal. Now, when we're finding the area of a circle, we're finding the inside of the circle. You remember we're finding how many little square units it takes to fill up the inside of the circle. So let's look at a problem. Suppose we were told that the radius of this circle was 15 centimeters. Now this circle's radius is much smaller than 15 centimeters, but let's imagine that its radius is 15 centimeters. And we want to find its area. And of course I said let pi be 3.14. So let's go up here and plug into the formula. Area is 3.14 times our radius, which is 15, squared. Now, when we're working with that formula, we have to think about the rules for order. First thing we've got to do in that formula is do our exponents. So we want to find what 15 squared is. Well, 15 squared means 15 times 15. I'm going to come over here to the side and work that out. 15 times 15. You might already know that answer. But if you don't, you can multiply it out. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry your 2. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 2 is 7. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 1 is 1. So when we add things up, we have, bring down our 5. 7 and 5 is 12. Carry our 1. 1 and 1 is 2. So we get 225 for the 15 raised to the second power. So my area is, keep writing my 3.14 times my 225. So now, to get my answer, I've got to multiply the 3.14 times 225. So we'll move down here to do that. We take 3.14, multiply it by 225. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry our 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus the 2 that we carried is 7. 5 times 3 is 15. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. We're just multiplying by 2 again. When we add that up, bring down our zeros. 7 and 8 is 15. Carry your 1. 1 and 5 is 6 and 2 is 8 and 8 is 16. Carry our 1. 1 and 1 is 2 and 6 is 8 and 2 is 10. Carry our 1. 1 and 6 is 7. Now we have 2 decimal places, so when we put our 2 decimal places here, we end up with 706.50, or you might want to just write that 706.5 because you can drop that last zero off once you put your decimal point in there. So our area then, if we go back and copy that up here, is 706 and 5/10, or you can put 50 hundredths. It doesn't matter. And we need to put the unit. We're working with centimeters, so we can say we have square centimeters, or we can write it out 706.5 square centimeters. So if this really were 15 centimeters across, it means you could take the inside of your circle and split it up into 706 little squares. actually 706.5 little squares that are 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So don't forget, when you're finding the area of anything, you always are splitting it up, the inside up into little squares. So don't forget to write your square. Either the square unit or put the unit and put the square up here. Don't forget, it'll be wrong if you leave off the square units.